trotting. Feel the waves beneath your feet. Sun is shining, skies are talking. Let's make memories so sweet.
Hey, welcome to my channel, Globetrotting Adventures. I am Renee, and this is my husband,
Dennis.
Today, today's what? February the 6th. And we were on Thursday, February 6th. And we were on, we did an excursion today. We're going to talk about the excursion, what we thought about it, and how our day went. So, we started out this morning with our breakfast as usual, but today breakfast was better.
Yes. The bacon was good. We had bacon.
Yeah. They only do bacon every other day here.
It was a combo breakfast that we were used to having.
Yeah. The grits were good and warm. We got there early too. We got there kind of early this morning because we were going to do an excursion on St. Thomas. So we ate breakfast, got ready to get off the ship kind of early because the ship docked at about 7:15. We were able to get off about 7:15 this morning. So we decided that we were going to get out and explore the port a little bit, just the shopping area of the port, because our excursion didn't start until about 10 o'clock, 10:30, about 10:30. We were doing an excursion called Mountaintops and Shopping. So we got off, explored the port. So we went through well, we didn't go to every store in the shopping area, but it was a bit larger than we thought it was going to be. Saw a lot of nice souvenirs and things that we were planning to buy when we got back from our excursion, because the excursion was supposed to be a short excursion, about 3 hours.
Got started late.
Yes. We were there early. After we explored the port, we walked back. We had to come back to the ship. Yeah, close to the ship, inside the gate to meet up with our excursion. Now, when we landed today, Holland America was here, so there were two ships right there next to each other. The way the port is set up, we couldn't
separate
go.
Gate.
Yeah, we had two separate gates to go into. It looks as if you could go in, go from our gate to their gate. If you weren't careful, you would end up in their gate when we came back, when we were returning. But we came back inside our gate to get close to the ship for our excursion. We got there. We were standing there for an extended period of time, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. The young lady that was supposed to be taking us, she ended up leaving, and we were like, one guy was like, "Hey, she's gone," but she left us here. And we were standing there, it was like, what happened? She didn't say anything, she just took off. And after, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or so? It was a while.
We didn't leave until 20 minutes to 11.
Okay.
Or 15 to 11, quarter to 11.
Yeah.
And that was due to, we didn't have a driver.
But we didn't know it at the time.
No.
We didn't know it at the time. We just know that we got started kind of late. They pointed out the driver to us, and we ended up on it was an open air bus that we were on. No air conditioning, it was just open air. The ride wasn't bad though. It was kind of breezy, so it wasn't too hot when we got on the bus. When we first got on the bus, it wasn't that hot.
All uphill.
Yes, well, because it's mountaintop, we were going to the top of the mountain to look out. So we were expecting to get up there, have very pretty scenery to look at, and take some really good pictures of the port from the mountaintop. Well,
we stopped maybe midway.
It wasn't even midway.
No,
it was probably 1/3 of the way.
Yes.
Going up the top to the top. About 1/3 of the way we stopped. And it looked like it was somebody's driveway. Is what it looked like. We were standing on somebody's property. Is where we stopped. It looked like we were standing on somebody's property to take some pictures of the ship and the Bay Area, Port Charlotte, Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the ships were porting. The driver did tell us at that time that
They had two ports, one where Holland,
America,
and Carnival, and then in a separate area they had Royal Caribbean. And he just explained, okay, we have two ports, and it's still within St. Thomas. But that was, and we got a chance to take a few pictures right there. We may have been there 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And after that, we proceeded to go to the mountaintop.
Now, for those who don't know, Holland America is up under the Carnival umbrella. So Holland America is a more premium line for Carnival. All right, but we went on up. My God, driving up the mountain was crazy. My poor husband got slapped by some of the trees as we were going up.
It's open bus.
It's open because he was sitting on the very end. I was sitting in the middle, and the trees were. I mean, it was really tight, especially if we met another vehicle and they were coming down and we were going up.
And the driver wouldn't even say duck.
He didn't say anything. And it was so quiet. He didn't. He talked to us at that
Maybe
first
the reason he didn't say duck because he was inside.
True.
He had a door and a window.
Yeah, he had he had AC because his windows were up. So we were sitting in the open part of the vehicle. Probably about 30, 40 people. Yeah, it's probably about 30, 40 people in the open air part. But yeah, he didn't say anything, and I was like, "Well, do we have a speaker or something where he could talk?" There was a speaker in the open in the part where we were, but he didn't say anything. We got to the top of the mountain, and there was a store.
Yes.
So it was a shopping. It was a large, pretty decent sized store. But he did say we could go in and get our daiquiris.
Bathroom on the right. You can do your shopping. He will return within 40 minutes, and that was it. We noticed before we went to the store, there was a lot of tourists up there, a lot of taxis, other buses, but we was thinking, okay, it's time to take pictures. This would be a great time, to look out and look over, the north, south, east, and see what different type pictures we could take of the area. But our driver just returned within 40 minutes, and we headed back
down. I think he just parked.
Yeah, he just parked.
Yeah.
But I mean, he had to go down to park in the store. When we got to the very top, there was a lot of tourists at the very top, and there was a lot of buses. And so we proceeded to go down. It wasn't far down, but we went down and parked. I should say, he let us off in front of the store.
Right.
And they gave us 40 minutes, told us the bathroom on the right. You can get your daiquiri on the left, and you can do some shopping during that time. And he returned in 40 minutes, and we thinking, okay, he's about to take us now. We're going to do, mountaintop, and we're going to take some pictures now. We proceeded back down the hill.
Yeah.
So.
But we did get daiquiri.
Yes.
We did get the banana daiquiris, and that was pretty good. It's supposed to be world famous banana daiquiris.
Should be the world fastest trip back down from mountain top. That's what it should be, because that's all.
It was kind of funny. We did come down, really fast. I mean, it's just, the incline is so steep, but we came down that hill probably in half the time that it took to get up the top.
Probably the reason they have had open bus, because they wouldn't be able to burn the air conditioning going up when the bus that we was on. We was going about 10 miles an hour up the hill,
but coming down, we speeded down. It was pretty fast coming down, and we got to the bottom, and he took us to another shopping area, basically a straw market. They had some, vendors set up there for us to visit and shop, and we were trying to find. We were looking for some T-shirts. That's really all we were looking for. T-shirts.
And basically, what he did, he said, "I will give you guys an hour and a half.
Yes.
And you can do your shopping." He did not tell us anything about the vendors.
Well, he did tell us that was the oldest building. There was a building there. He said it was the oldest building on the island. That used to be a jail. Now it's a museum. That was it.
Nothing about what was all in the area where you could shop, what all you could shop for. No suggestion as to what vendors to go to or what all they offered. It was, give you 1 hour and a half and I will return.
And that was it.
Basically, we had a taxi.
That was it. Really,
Right.
we paid $62 for a taxi. For a taxi.
The tour guide will really make the difference on this.
Yes,
So,
yes.
I think if we would have gotten another tour guide, it would have been a lot better. But we really had a taxi driver.
Yeah.
That was it.
But we found out, possibly why this tour guide just didn't talk a whole lot during the trip. And for the reason we were delayed getting on the bus was because they didn't have a bus driver. And it seems that they just pulled this guy in to come on and drive. And it seems that he just said, "I'll drive, but I'm not going to talk." And he didn't. He did not talk.
And it was like those that was in the front of the line was punished because we got that driver. And they had 3 bus drivers. And I'm not sure what the others went through, but I'm quite sure that our bus driver was probably the worst out of those.
Oh, yeah. But we did find a few things at the stock market. We found we were looking for some T-shirts. They just didn't have. They had some that we liked, but they didn't have. What they did? We did find a T-shirt at the stock market, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We did. We found. We went to just about every vendor in the stock market looking for T-shirts. They just didn't have an extra large.
We went because we didn't have no guidance as to what or where we should look.
Yeah.
He was punctual. He came back. He gave us those 40 minutes. That's what we had.
That's what we had.
I gave us an hour and a half.
That's what he gave us, hour and a half, and he was there.
The lady said, "You taking us back to the gate?" Nope, back to the shopping area.
Yeah, he took us back to the port shopping area, so we had to walk to the gate, which wasn't a bad walk, but if you had some issues if you were had some issues walking, then it may have been a bad walk for you. But all in all,
so it's not a lot we could tell you about our excursion, other than we had 40 minutes at Mountaintop, and we had an hour and a half to shop, and our taxi driver was punctual. Other than that,
that was it.
That was it.
I mean, we took a few pictures, like I said, going up, but there was nothing at the top of the mountain except the store. We went up some stairs because we thought there was a lookout area, but there wasn't. It just went to the second level for the parking lot. But
we did get good Central Air on the way back down. So.
Because how fast he was driving. I'm sorry. But I mean, I don't know if I'd do that again though, because I guess if you got like you said, if we got a better taxi driver, it'd probably be better. But today is like we got back, we walked back to the ship after we didn't look at anything in the port because we'd already purchased T-shirts and stuff at the Mountaintop and at the straw market. So I found an ornament that I liked because I do collect Christmas ornaments for our Christmas tree, for our travel tree. And we came back, went to eat, went Shaq's.
Yeah.
We just ate at Shaq's again.
And Shaq's, we get better bacon at Shaq's than we do at the breakfast buffet. I can't say enough about Shaq's chicken.
I'm gonna recommend that sandwich we had was the oh my goodness, I forgot the name.
Aristotle.
Was it the air?
Big
The big
Aristotle.
Aristotle, yes. The big Aristotle has cheese, bacon, the chicken, and then you can add anything else to it that you want. But oh my God, they soaked mine in barbecue sauce today. But it was good still. It was good. It's sloppy, but it was good. After we ate, we went to t-shirt sale. They had a t-shirt sale today. 2 for $30. Yeah. So we got a few shirts from there, and we were gonna go get ready to do some shows. We were planning on what we were gonna do for the evening. We came back to the room. We watched the boat pull off. The ship. We watched the ship pull away from the port, and we didn't do anything else except take a nap. So we were exhausted. Yesterday, all the hills that we climbed yesterday, we were tired. And today it was hot. It was, it wasn't like really, really hot. It's like 80-something degrees here in St. Thomas.
I will say this much. Our tour guide yesterday was better than the one today.
We didn't have a tour guide yesterday. So yeah. What else? That was it. That was it. So it's an early back for us because we are really, really tired. Those 2 days of walking and mountain climbing has caught up with us. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for listening.